Hello and welcome, Reds, to a Anfield Index special, an instant transfer quick show. Anyway, this afternoon, news breaking this afternoon on Luis Diaz. David Ornstein is reporting that Liverpool have rejected a proposal from Bayern Munich. We'll get into that, obviously, fee and obviously the best bits of the articles as well. And Reds, most importantly, as Dave and everyone on Anfield Index over the last couple of weeks as well on transfer shows. It's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks in terms as we approach into the Premier League. Obviously, you can see from the title of thumbnail, it's a big money move, but I think we're all under the understanding, really. I think Liverpool are in no position to quickly sell, but as we'll get into David Ornstein, he does very much pinpoint, obviously referring to 2 years left on his current deal. I think it's, if Liverpool were not going to be getting bullied in this transfer, I think Bayern Munich did very much showcase to the rest of Europe that they were very much in for Florian Wirtz. Did get turned down by the German attacking midfielder, joined Liverpool as well. So Liverpool know Bayern have got money. So yeah, pay up the money if you want to get a quality player like Luis Diaz. He's been fantastic for Liverpool, won the league title last year as well. Yeah, we're not going to be getting bullied. If you want to get top-rated players in European football, start paying the money. We're not a Bundesliga team that you can bully like they have done in the last 20-odd years or since in the Bundesliga. Really, they're so used to poaching the best talent in the Bundesliga from the likes of Mainz, like Borussia Dortmund, obviously tried to get Florian Wirtz, Leverkusen very reluctant, like similar teams in. But I suppose not everyone in the Bundesliga has got the budget that a Bayern Munich has got. So sometimes they have to give them to them anyway. Obviously, they are a business, every football team as well. But if you're a supporter of those clubs in the Bundesliga, you're like, Bayern, go away, mate. But it is what it is. But chat, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are watching on the repeat, obviously I'm Jack McIndoe as well, and it's going to be a quick short video reacting to the news as well. Obviously we got the transfer, the big decisions pod out tonight. We're very busy today, so make sure you do put your bell notification on today as well. If you are watching on YouTube or the audio listeners as well, there will be 2 podcasts to follow this evening. It's going to be me and Lou on Lewis Aspinall on the 7 p.m. show of obviously the big decisions. And then obviously you've got the Red Room to follow at 8 p.m. UK time GMT as well. So chock-a-blocker today. And yeah, obviously we've got the transfer show tomorrow as well, which will be very busy considering the news we've had over the last we're doing now, and obviously that will be me and Lewis as well. So yeah, put your bell notification on. So chock-a-blocker, that's how we like it as well. And Reds, we'll get straight into a couple of quick comments anyway, and we'll get straight dive into the article anyway, the best bits really that we found. Big up there, midnight replacements. We'll speak about replacements on today's pod as well. I've got my favourite anyway that I'd like to see, but we'll gauge your comments as well on the live and maybe on the repeat as well. Get your recommendations in as well. Bidding far for there. It wants us, otherwise no. Yeah, it's, as Midnight saying there. Yeah, a lot of these reports, as in the history of football as well. A lot of these deals, as Dave said and Trevor said on transfer shows already over the last couple of months as well, like it's a lot of these deals are further down the line really than obviously the press get slightly a bit later. Obviously, the clubs are obviously in countless negotiations. Hughes is probably contacting a lot of clubs for a lot of variety of players that Liverpool might be having an eye on and exploring opportunities. So it's just going to be one of them as well. Big up there, Callum. Yeah, Vicinius and Rodrigo. Yeah, I think Vinny's going to be going to the Saudi Pro League. I think he was offered $1 billion on that as well. So yeah. But yeah, Rodrigo, we'll speak about him tomorrow as well. That will be a name that will be continuing to get linked because he's available. Obviously, Real Madrid are obviously, if you watched him in the Club World Cup and even over the last 6 months, I don't think Xabi Alonso will be quite too happy with the lack of running at the top forward line of Bayern Munich. Real Madrid anyway, so it's going to be one of them chats. But a couple of extracts really, chats. Go and check out the full extent of the article as well. Reds, obviously David Ornstein, one of the best regarded for my regarded journalists in world football when it comes to football and news as well. So in terms of, obviously, he's led with the headline, Liverpool reject Bayern Munich bid for Luis Diaz. The winger has made clear he wants to leave Liverpool as well. Bear 1 second there, chat. So I'll also get the tweet up so you can all see that. Do apologise. There you go. So as you can see there, that's on Twitter. He goes, Bayern Munich submits formal bid to sign Luis Diaz from Liverpool. Bayern's proposal worth 67.5 million euros. I think that comes in and around a 58.5 million pounds. Yeah, so interesting enough. That's well below the required standard that Liverpool will be wanting, as we know already anyway, hence why it's been rejected. But rejected immediately today. He goes on to add, David Ornstein, the value that Liverpool want to gauge and receive from Bayern Munich is in the region of 100 million euros, but informed suitors no plans to sell. Obviously, Liverpool, Colombian, insists he was made it clear he wants to leave Liverpool. So Reds, yeah, I think, like a lot of Liverpool fans over the last 12 months, I think when we've watched this Liverpool team, we've been amazing, and we have, certainly. But obviously, since Arne Slot's come in, he's not really went with a more of a natural number 9. He's tend to favour Luis Diaz through the middle as well. And obviously, when you got Darwin Núñez, we'll speak about that. Obviously, Grizz and the lads will be speaking about that tonight on their shows. Is very much that you've got Núñez, and Arne he's been quite reluctant to use him and utilise him really in the forward line. So it's going to be one of them chats. If Liverpool were, and we'll speak about possible alternatives, and a lot of Liverpool fans will over the next couple of weeks, considering this news as well, about potential replacements on that left-hand side or through the middle. But as we know, Luis Diaz has played predominantly under Arne Slot through that middle, Gakpo off the left flank as well, and especially with Florian Wirtz coming in as well now. So Wirtz obviously still hasn't yet played his first game for Liverpool, and yeah, where will he play? Will he play after left, Florian Wirtz, or will he be playing in that number 10 role, or will Don go out wide? There's a lot of variety really, and that's what you want going into the new season. You want the opposition teams to be second guessing what you're doing, and especially if you want to defend the league title, you've got to adapt really, and that's certainly what Arne Slot will hopefully do this season. But if he does, then that's just further indicates how much of a good manager he will be in the next years to come as well. So in terms of a couple of the main extracts really from David Ornstein from his report, the big headlines that he's wrote about are obviously the bid being rejected. Bayern Munich have submitted the formal proposal to sign the winger from Liverpool. It's 58.6 million bid has been rejected, but Liverpool will be wanting north of 100 million, as it goes on to add 2 years left on his deal. Obviously, Diaz joins Liverpool back in January 2022 for the initial fee of 37.5 million, with the potentiality of rising to 50 million with add-ons as well. He's made 148 appearances for Liverpool, scoring 41 goals and providing 23 assists in all competitions. Reds, how have you gauged Luis Diaz's career? I think he's been fantastic for us. I think we remember that season where we know we weren't going for the quad, but the media and the opposition fans love to jump on the bandwagon. You didn't win the quad. It's like no football team has ever won the quad. But just because we are Liverpool and we're absolutely massive. But his impact then, Luis Diaz, I think that season, he really pushes on to greater heights and certainly winning the league last season. And the main thing that when everyone analyses Luis Diaz is that it's that inconsistency in certain games. He'll go through quite a fair couple of patchy streaks, but every player does that in European football. But I think as are the levels of the likes of Mohamed Salah, that's the level. We've got to look forward to a post-Salah era. We've got to be future planning for the next 2-3 years and beyond that as well, because Salah's done that really well. They are the levels, they are the standards of Liverpool. And I think if you can, especially with Sadio Mane when he was at Liverpool, Bobby Firmino under Jurgen Klopp as well, they were so good. But the next crop of elite level talent coming into Liverpool. They are the level, they are the standard bearers. And Diaz done well last year, as did a lot of Liverpool players. But I think if you want to come in and if you want to be successful again and be consistent on a you've got to keep players on the toes, really. And I think if Liverpool are to lose Luis Diaz, we're not going to lose him for as little as Bayern Munich are wanting to get him. We're not, as I said at the top of the show, we're not a Bundesliga team that Bayern Munich can bully. Diaz has got 2 years left on his deal, and I think that's what Richard Hughes would be saying in negotiations. Like, lads, listen, we're not going to get bullied. If you want Luis Diaz, you're going to be paying the money that we want. Because I think if you asked Arne Slot, he wouldn't say it publicly, but I think he'd very much say he'd be very content with having him. I think me personally, I know a lot of these might be different in chat or watching or listening, but I think if Liverpool kept him for another year and we won a league title again, I think it'd be worth it. Obviously, you might lose a bit of valuation anyway, but you could guarantee Liverpool would either win the Champions League or Premier League next season. You kept all the Diaz, but there's a lot of different strings to this story as well. If you do sell Diaz, of course, it means it frees up more funds as well. And so it's all about wheeling and dealing, really. And that's what Richard Hughes gets paid the big money. And that's why, obviously, Michael Edwards brought him in, one of the best in the business, and certainly getting Salah contract sorted. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk sorted. The boss coming in, Arne Slot coming in as well. And so there's going to be a lot of moving parts over the next couple of weeks as well. But as always, I think the best decision for Liverpool, and as long as it makes us stronger as well, and we do well this year as well, like that's the main thing, really. So chat, let us know your thoughts. As we said, we're going to have a little look at the one alternative, and chat will gauge anyone listening as well. Let us know your thoughts on the repeat or whatever. Head over to Anfield Index on all socials, tag us, tweet us, or whatever. Let us know your thoughts and recommendations on your potential left wing / striker plays through the middle as well. But in terms of let's get to a couple of your comments as well. Rejected by Liverpool, you mean? Yes, big up their plan. I'm guessing you just joined the show quite late. Pro Fantasy Gordon 2 as well. Yeah, midnight. Yeah, I think you've not to jump ahead. I want Diaz to stay. This is from Teo. He's saying he wants Diaz to stay, but every player has their price, and that's the thing, Teo, innit? I think we are the business, as we are Liverpool, but we're a well-run, the best run, in my honest opinion, the best run football and club in world football anyway, massively. We've made our mistakes. I think the people running a football club over the last couple of like the last 5-10 years, I think if you don't make your mistakes, you're not going to learn as a business or as an individual anyway. The main thing is you learn, and we've learned with the mistakes we've made. And the main thing is going into not just this season, but the year after and the year after. Like if a player is, say, if Canate is running down his contract, then Liverpool, right, doing the negotiations for maybe a Gakey, but get that centre back target already wrapped up for next season behind closed doors, just like Sounds. And soon as if Canate is to leave at the end of this season, Sounds. As soon as the transfer window opens, we bring in his replacements, and it's a more viable transfer as well. But there we go. Big up there, suppose. Yeah, as Tony said there. Yeah, big up there. As he said, yeah, 28 years old, Luis Diaz as well, and so it's going to be one of them. It's very good. Tell you what, it'd be a phenomenal deal. Liverpool can get in the region of what we are wanting. But as we said, we're not in a position where we are desperate to sell players. And that just goes to show the strength within the Liverpool squad from a whole collective. We're massive. And yeah, it's buying if you want your target, one of your main targets as well, pay the money. Well, yeah, it's not that hard. Yeah. Whereas Spider LFC has said there, 100 million is what they wanted to pay for Wirtz. They have just lost Musiala. They are desperate for a player like Diaz, but we aren't. We can be patient as we like till they pay what he is worth as well. And it's a great point you've raised there, Spider, in terms of obviously Musiala. We wish him well in his recovery. But as we said, Vincent Kompany will be wanting better quality to come in, and yeah, they're desperate at the minute. Bayern have previously just missed out on the Spanish lad, left winger Williams, Nico Williams, the lad that's just new sign, the Bilbao winger anyway. Yeah, so he signed a new deal to keep him at the football club anyway. And turns out he's a Real Madrid fan, even though Barca were trying to sign him anyway. So it's going to be one of them. As Paolo said there, yeah, buying a Solsi, but yeah, I think a lot of German teams might be a bit happy with what Liverpool have done over the last couple of months in terms of getting Florian Wirtz to come to Liverpool. I think we're all made up anyway. But yeah, so that was just a little one, really, chat. And we'll go to chat the final closing section of this show as well. If you are watching on the repeat, or do let us know your recommendations, who you'd like to see. Obviously, we've got the transfer show tomorrow. That will be at 12 p.m. midday. That will be me and Lewis. Obviously, you've got 7 p.m. tonight. And obviously, it'll be me and Lewis on the Big Decisions podcast. There's a couple of transfer, not to spoil it, but there's a couple of transfers that we will speak about. I'll be posing the questions to Lewis on that one as well. And obviously the Red Room, that is live tonight. Both shows live tonight at 7 and 8 p.m. UK time. Obviously the Red Room, obviously Grizz Khan will be joined by some of the best content Liverpool creators in the Liverpool scene as well. So yeah, it's always make sure you do tune into both shows, Reds, and yeah, get involved. So quickly heading over to quickly have a little look at Luis Diaz's stats anyway, and you could put, yeah, I've had an absolute nightmare there, chat. You can see who my recommendation is. A certain winger from Newcastle. Geordies won't be happy, but yeah, they haven't been over the last 24 hours, have they? So if you've not got social media, Newcastle fans have been going absolutely berserk. Yeah, because we're massive, and hopefully we might maybe sign. But time will tell. So you look in terms of Luis Diaz, from a data point of view as well, in terms of what he thrives in, really. Non-penalty expected goals in the top 5 percentile. These are obviously in the top 5 leagues measuring up. So pass completion quite high in terms of obviously playing over 3,000 minutes, which is quite a fair bit in European football as well. Non-penalty goals in the top 8 percentile. Obviously progressive passes does really well. Touches and an attack on penalty area ranks in the top 13 percentile. Registered 6.18 per 90 as well. So that's all per 90 as well, Reds. But there's room for improvement, in all honesty there. I think if you look in terms of as a forward in regards to that, is obviously wagon wheel and percentile as well. Shot creating actions quite high. So in regards to that, and then I wanted to just quickly look at the statistics. I'll try and zoom in there, chat for anyone watching. So we're just having a little look in terms of the percentiles, in terms of what his output really since his time at Liverpool. Obviously, prior to his move to Liverpool back in 21-22 season, he had his best career date in Portugal. Obviously, 3 years in Portugal since his move to back. And so the season 21-22 season, that was his best career to date in terms of, joint best career to date in his career as a professional in a league record campaign. 14 goals, 4 assists. That was obviously in Portugal. That was why Liverpool got a lot of attention, really, in terms of bringing him into the football club, because that is very good. That would show and indicate that he was performing over what he was expected goals and all that, all those statistics as well. So in terms of his career at Liverpool, I think that's the one when we all analyse Diaz, and obviously the data lads will be doing this very extensively, not just with Diaz, but potential Liverpool players that we might be bringing in as well. I've always looked at Diaz. He's done okay, but I'd want more from the output, really, in all honesty. That's just my analysis. If you want to be consistent and just being greedy, you can never be greedy in terms of just winning more trophies. You just look at that. In terms of his first season at Liverpool, 4 goals, 3 assists in the Premier League. Not good enough, really, even being honest. And the year after, 22-23 season, only registered 4 goals, 2 assists. And then the season after, the 23-24 season, 8 goals, 5 assists. And then his best career to date in a Liverpool shirt over the last 4 seasons, last year, where he was very successful and he was very good. And a big driving force, really, for Liverpool winning the league. He got 13 goals, 5 assists. If Diaz had 2 years like he did last year, in terms of, like, say, we got 13 goals, 5 assists again next season, or even better, then amazing. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. But you're looking at a 28-year-old that with the potential of maybe, as players get older, but he's in his peak now. And that's where his peak value will arise, really. You've got to think about players coming in. So selling his peak, as did Porto back in 21-22. Liverpool might be looking at that in terms of all the data and going, yeah, now's the right time to sell him, really. But if bids are coming in, then, yeah, we're not actively going to be like, oh, he's available. But as Liverpool have said over the last couple of weeks, and the reports from David Ornstein and very well-respected journalists within football, the stance from Liverpool is that you don't want to sell him, but I think that's a lot of posturing, really, which is understandable because we don't want to lose him. He's got 2 years left, but yeah, you're not going to actively be saying, oh, he's available. But yeah, Chas, I want more, if I'm being honest. I don't know how you feel, Chas, watching or listening. I want more from my wingers. The fact that Salah's getting, and I know Salah's an alien, really. Like, he's getting consistently 20 plus every single season. We're on like the 8th season wonder now anyway, so it's like, no. But we need Salah to, as he does over the next 2 years, his form might lose an extra 5, 10, 15 yards, a bit of pace. He needs more contributions, and that's where Florian Wirtz coming in will massively contribute to the assists and hopefully goals as well. But I think Arne Slot, you might be looking at other players in the team, not just the forward lads, but the midfield and within the defence as well. Where can I get more goals out with this Liverpool team? And yeah, it's going to be one of them. A lot of money coming in, potentially, if Liverpool do get the valuation of what they want. So finally as well, chat, we'll do the transfer show tomorrow. Me and Lewis will speak about potential wingers and forwards as well, Reds. We'll speak about the links of this. And this is why I was joking it before. Newcastle fans have not been to best too pleased. I think you kind of might have forgot that PSR is a thing within football. I know certain clubs sell hotels and and certain other things as well. There's ways around it. But Newcastle United, they're looking at maybe potentially getting Trafford. I don't know if that deal's been done. Bringing in Ekitike, potentially, as over the last 24 hours, David Ornstein's reported on that as well. I'm not believing they're going to be playing a 2-2 up front. I don't feel that. You've got Alanga and Gordon. So this is where Newcastle United have spent a lot of money already in the transfer market. So where's the PSR money that they need to sell? Because every football club you need to sell to buy. Like when Liverpool did sell Felipe Coutinho, that massively benefited Liverpool. At the time, we were gutted that we were losing Felipe Coutinho because he was the best at the time, best attacking midfielder in world football. And yeah, but what we did with that money, Newcastle fans, is we went and bought two players that were absolutely instrumental, continue to be instrumental to Liverpool's development over the next 2 years in terms of Alisson Becker and Virgil van Dijk. So for Newcastle, all those years under Ashley, they haven't got a lot of resellable value within the squad. It's not like when Pep Guardiola or certain City managers have come in where was it when Mourinho went on his rant about obviously football heritage and all that, and saying obviously Vincent Kompany, David Silva were already within the City network in terms of players as well, and managers were just coming in going, "Oh, sounds there, boss." But Newcastle will need to sell. I'm not buying into this narrative that Newcastle are going to be spending 200 million, 250 million without needing to sell maybe one or possibly two of their big stars, because that's how you develop as a football club. Yes, you don't want to be losing a player like Gordon or an Isaac, but personally, speaking from experience as a Liverpool fan, you need it. And this is where, data-wise, I know a lot of people don't like Gordon, but in terms of his ability, obviously still only 23 years old as well, and you look in terms of his record, mainly I just want to see him score in a Liverpool shirt in a derby. But he's a very good footballer as well. He's a very intelligent footballer, not just in the way he plays, but the way in which he articulates himself as well. He's got his head screwed on. But it's still only 23 years old. You look at the sheer amount of minutes as well, in terms of over 2,400 minutes played in the Premier League last season. The year prior to that, 2,890 minutes as well. And I think that was his best return in his career. That was the year before last. That was in the 23-24 season. At the age of only 22, he registered 11 goals, 10 assists in the Premier League. And last year, not the best one, but I think it was just mainly down to the amount of sheer injuries Newcastle did sustain. And that's why Newcastle need to invest throughout the squad, playing Champions League football or European competition in the next couple of years as well. You need a big squad. You can't just be relying on 11, 12 players. You need to rotate heavily, especially if you are going from Premier League to Champions League as well on a week-to-week. And then obviously 6 goals, 5 assists as well. And I know we just mentioned with Diaz as well, but Diaz, what age is he? 28, as we said before. Gordon, there's so much potential there to develop, really. And he's Premier League proven. And I know everyone goes, oh, Premier League proven, but it's massive, in my honest opinion. When the lads will be analysing the data lads, they'll be like, right, obviously different leagues get scored differently as well. But if you're putting those numbers up, with the potential of drastically improving that. He's English as well. There will be an English premium as well. Newcastle won't want to sell him, but for me personally, I won't be too amiss, really, if Liverpool went and got a Gordon, really. Obviously, it would predominantly be a left-sided attacker, as we know as well, though, Reds, but there's going to be plenty of transfer news, really. It's going to ramp up, especially over the next couple of weeks as well. Already has been going on in the background, but I think we will see a lot more of the reports like we have today of more news coming in as well. So let's know. I know a lot of people might not want Gordon, but that's my personal preference as well. But there'll be plenty. Malik Fofana, obviously Leon are staying in Ligue 1 now, obviously. Helped out massively by Paris Saint-Germain, obviously with the sale of Barcola, freed up a lot of their finances. But Leon, to get back into the good books of the French Federation, they'll need to just, obviously, a bit similar to mentioned with Newcastle, you need to just sell one of your prize assets, Leon. And I think Malik Fofana will be one that certainly will be on the radar for Liverpool, and not just Liverpool, but a lot of European clubs. Really ticks a lot of the criteria in regards to the data and everything. So his ability to play across the line as well. So yeah, very exciting, Reds, to be a Red. Yeah, very exciting. So just have a quick look at a couple of comments as well. Do apologise, chat. If you're in the comments and you want to get one of your questions read out as well, always you put in a super chat as well, because when the comment section is going absolutely berserk like it is, massive thank you. But if you want to get your comment read out, drop a super chat or whatever. If you've got a question or whatever you want to ask chat or whatever, do get them in as well. So I do apologise if you have missed one or two of your comments. Not intentional, but much appreciated. The main thing that you can do, not just on today's show, but across all the Anfield Index videos, if you can drop a like on the videos, massively helps out. Much appreciated, everyone. As Harry said there with his comments, with Nico not available and Barca, especially Bayern, will want someone like Diaz, and obviously no Bayern has 100 million plan for Wirtz, so 100 million price tag is a good, especially with Wirtz and the Saudi very much exploring interest for Diaz as well. Yeah, that's the thing there, Harry. Nice one, lad. Obviously, similar to what obviously Spider did say and a couple of others did say as well. Diaz on shares spoken positive about Gordon. Oh, big up there, Real. Big up there, bud. Yeah, he's still only 23 as well, though, chat. And the main thing is, and I know everyone goes when you see links with Liverpool players as well, or potential Liverpool players, but let's not forget, we've got Arne Slot. Look at the job in which he did with Ryan Gravenberch in that number 6 role. Even though Gravenberch's, we all went into last season going, oh, we might need a 6. But Arne Slot was like, no, I'm not actually coach. That's like a very rare phenomenon these days where managers are just happy to spend 70, 80 odd million. But if you've got an elite level manager like you have with Arne Slot or even a Pep Guardiola as well, go back to your basics. it's about improving players as well, most importantly. So if you bring in a Gordon as well, and then you develop him into a world-class player as well, yeah, chat. He's going to be one of them as well. So obviously just turned 20. Yeah, it's 24, 141 days as well. So he's got plans. He's going into that age bracket in terms of his peak as a footballer as well. So you're buying him at the right age. I think we bought Diaz at 25. I think it was, chat. So it's going to be one of them. As there we go, Buzz. Corella, I hope you pronounced that right, mate. I do apologise. 85 million or nothing for buying. Yeah, too right, mate. Too right. One see. Big up there, Mike. He's saying, I think in reference to Gordon, fair, nice one for your comment, bud. Leave him where we don't want him or want him. He does not improve us. Fair enough, bud. Fair enough. That's your opinion, la. All good. All good, la. So I think final comment there as well. A couple of ones on the live. But Diaz is potentially leaving. So Rodrigo will be the number one or Gordon number two. So yeah, the main thing is, Reds, to conclude here as well, chat. And if you are watching on the live, just rewind if you have missed in. If you jumped in or you've seen the headlines or whatever, just rewind and watch it. Drop a like on the video as well, Reds. There's players out there available. I do look at the striker positions. I don't know how you felt, Reds. And I'm like, it's not like if you go back 10, 15 years ago where every elite level European club had a world-class number 9. Like they had top-level number 9s. We are just going through a period at the minute where there's not a lot of elite-level number 9s out there. It's like you haven't got like prime Fernando Torres or David Villa or Samuel Eto'o available on the market. You've got, obviously, I think the main two for a lot of European clubs are Isaac, who we'd absolutely love to, but Isaac and Ekitike, and then maybe Osimhen. I think they're the main 3 strikers, but there's not, for me, in my honest opinion, there's not a massive pool of like 10 targets that you can go and say, yeah, sounds. If you got one of those 10, then sound, bring them in as a number 9. And that's why the value is ridiculous for certain individual players as well. And this is what we've got to understand. If a Rodrigo or a Gordon is there available or a number 9, then Liverpool, as we know, we will not get bullied, as we said at the top of the show. So Reds, just conclude on the final headline from David Ornstein this afternoon. Bayern Munich submits official bid to... I'll just quickly share that for anyone to tune in, and then we round off. So, as you can see there, Bayern Munich submits official bid to sign Luis Diaz from Liverpool. Proposal worth in the region of 67.5 million euros rejected. That comes in and around 58.5 million pounds. Rejected immediately today. LFC valued the Colombian at 100 million plus, but that's 100 million plus euros. But informed suitors, no plans to sell, so we're not going to be pushed or harried really. The Colombian insists he has made it clear he wants to leave Liverpool. That's the main thing now. So if that's the case, then Liverpool know what to do really. Listen to the offers, but only listen to offers that are on our terms as a football club. But Reds, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for tuning in. As we said, we will be live this evening. We've got a show at 7 p.m. It's me and Lewis Aspinall. We'll be going through, obviously, the big decisions pods. I'll be asking Lewis all the big questions, and we're speaking heavily about transfers, especially the forward line as well. So put your bell notification on for that. And obviously the Red Room will be live at 8 p.m. UK time tonight as well. So plenty to get stuck into, Reds. If you are new to Anfield Index, head over to anfieldindex.com to listen to all the podcasts free of ads, really. Yeah, so check it out. So plenty to get stuck into plenty to get stuck into, Reds. But Reds, look after yourself. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you again later.